And thanks for joining us on a very special episode of Injury Time. There's been a lot of overall in Indian football currently, and we are going through what is a seismic period, if I was to call it that. It's a very special episode of Injury Time. With us, we have President of Football Delhi, Shaji Prabhakaran. Let me just introduce him here. Hi, Shaji. Thanks
Yeah,
for joining
hi.
us on this.
It's my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. It's happy to
Okay.
join you.
Okay. Yeah. So, Shaji, let's just talk you through the format of the show. We have what do you say? We have listeners. They send in questions, and we take that at the end. But we start with impromptu question answer round, and I'm guessing our listeners want to hear from you. They want to know stuff from you, and I'm guessing we want to talk about what's happening in Indian football and Delhi football, right? Let's just start there. So just quickly speaking, right, what do you make of what has happened in the last week in Indian football, last month or so, and what is your take on the regime that is no longer currently there?
It's for me, it's one of the lowest point of Indian football in its history, no doubt. I don't think Indian football in its history has gone into this level of crisis where there was an interference from the court and everything looks very very bad for us because it reflects bad in every way and we have lost considerable number of well wishers in the whole process and which is not a good situation and uh, we have created this situation and the system is responsible for it and it's unfortunate because many who put their life into the game they are the real sufferers and for those who part-timers who have not invested into the game they have gone but it should not have happened but I think maybe this is an opportunity for Indian football at the same time that this should never come back, this situation in next 100 years, and we should only go up from here.
So what you're saying is you don't approve of the regime that just left office, right? That has now currently been overtaken by the COA. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. They overstayed uh, their term limit,
Hmm.
and it we did moved within our way. We did given them warning, everything. We did our way on a very structured way. The whatever system allowed, we did it. But then they never listened to us. They thought there is some power. They can stay there and nothing will happen but then we always cautioned them and even directly as well that it is not the right way to move things because it is not about you guys who are there it is about everything about football that is what is suffering. It is not that one or two people who are in the position of power. It is not about them. Football is all about everyone. And the sport itself, and the sport is bigger than any individual, and that should always know the priority of everyone, whoever in whichever position is. Yeah? And that never happened, and we were questioning in our own way, and but then I think we were in minority maybe, or I don't know, maybe they thought uh, they have the mechanism, they can survive this situation, and they continued.
Okay. So you say you were opposing in your own way. You were a minority. You say that, right? But there were some reports of you supposedly wanting to give an award, football Ratna, to the president? I'm just asking because the AFF put out a post
No,
themselves.
no. See that that was a letter, and I would say that was one of the foolish thing which I did. I should not have done. But then, see, there are story to it. Why? Because, but then I don't want to convey that because I would look foolish, yeah, by the because I regret doing that definitely. But then the purpose of doing that was something else. But then I can't say that because it will be like I'm trying to defend, yeah, which is not right. Yeah, but it should not have happened. But if, the way I am, and I'm sure many of got surprised or might be thinking he has gone mad because the people who know me personally also they called me and said what is this is this something you did, but then I could explain to them there were reasons, but it was it's gone and I'm really regret. I really regret, but it's gone. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, okay, fair enough. Thank you for your candidness on that. Right. So, moving on to Delhi football. Right. Um, so one question. I mean, you're speaking out against system. You've been very vocal. Right. Are you? I'm just going to put you on the spot here. Will you be throwing your hat into the ring for the presidential spot that is likely to
Okay,
come?
Arka, definitely this is a good question. I'm getting almost every hour this question, from many. But what my stated position is very simple. If I see, that we are likely to get something what we have experienced last 20 odd years, yeah, uh, then you know if I find somebody who is definitely take us forward, which is where I can be, play a supporting role. That is what I'm looking. But if I see somebody who is coming just to occupy the chair and we continue to struggle, then then that is the point I'll never be want to be part of football again because you know this is too much because it's painful. Every day it's no fun. Being part of this system is no fun. I can say very clearly because you can check with my family. That they know what we go through. But then, what I'm still confident that is my motivation, being in part of the system. And I also entered into the, maybe you can say, a political side of football on contesting election. Based on my experience, this was never, I was once decided I don't want to be part of the association because I was working in the federation for 5 years from 2005 to 2004 to 2008 and 2009. I decided I never want to be part of the federation again. But then, some circumstances where I moved to FIFA and then I came back and then we few friends decided to buy a club and that too within an hour. Yeah, and that changed the whole perspective because then we realized there are things which is still in 100 years backward, and we need to step in rather than going and criticizing. Let's try what we can do. And in the whole process, one of my friend has to sell his flat for us to put the money to play. And that is the level of commitment we did put. But then we realized this is not going to happen. We will sell everything what we have, but still we will be struggling. And
Okay.
that is where I decided to be get into they taking the biggest challenge in my life, and still that's the biggest challenge.
Okay. So the short answer is a maybe, right? There's a chance
Yeah,
that
maybe, yeah, this is
yeah.
it's a I would say it's a 50% chance because if what I hear, the kind of people, the names are coming, um, then definitely there's a chance.
What
But
kind
then
of names are coming, sir? If I'm
I
I'm
don't know. See, I don't know. Like, I don't want to say because it's all, like, I don't want to see, I want to see somebody passionate, somebody who can devote 24 into 7.
Hmm.
somebody who will be available and meet, you know, a state association,
Hmm.
who can visit the states, who can visit the districts, who can visit the club, who can really see on the ground what is happening, real problems, real issues. Not that you get to know through somebody who has not even played football, yeah, who doesn't really know, and then you decide something which doesn't impact anything. And that situation is really bad. And what we see, I feel personally, I don't want to be part of that system where we will continue to struggle, because the top impacts everything. The top impacts everything. Yeah.
Right. Right. No, so I get it. Right. Um, were you a part of the what do you say, a faction to uh, that opposed this in the first place? We had heard that Delhi, Karnataka, and Kerala were three of the states that led this breakaway. Can you shed any more light on who
See, I
these?
tell you,
Okay.
Arka,
Hmm.
many things we never share publicly because we
Okay.
follow a system, process. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you see, I tweet also, I present my mind,
Okay.
many times.
Okay.
But those, I do 10 times more inside. Yeah. And that
Right.
is why,
Right.
people in the power opposed me, they went all out.
My
Uh,
point is simple,
yeah.
Shaji. Now the
Yeah.
fan group has clearly come out, right,
Yes.
against them, right? So they have, let's say, does the whole footballing ecosystem owe them some transparency when you say, some things can't be said in public, but these are the people who are putting their sweat, their
No, no,
money
100%. See,
into it.
like
Yeah.
Arka, see, I am fully agreeing with you. We have to be, see, transparent means it has to be, see, we cannot put to, say, like anything which is hidden. We are not in a nuclear project, right? We are into football. Yeah?
Yes.
We are, so therefore, we have to be transparent. We need to communicate. We need to have dialogue. You won't believe, I am a president of Delhi football, last 4.5 years now. Yeah, I never had a meeting in Delhi because I am not in Chile. Yeah, I am not the president of Chile, where Delhi and Chile has a distance. So that is the situation. We don't have a dialogue. Yeah, it is all one way communication, and that really makes our job harder. As a fan, see, like Aka, you might be knowing certain things, but there are fans, they don't know, but it's their hearsay thing. But the fact is, we are much deeper a problem than even what you know. That's a fact. And
So let us know,
this,
sir. Let the
yeah,
public know. I think the public
see, the
holds.
public, see, the
Yeah.
thing is that, see,
Okay.
when the stakeholders, the major stakeholder, like say, we are as a state association,
Hmm.
we are the major stakeholder. It's like a, daughter and father, or a daughter and a mother relation.
Okay.
But, daughters and the sons
Okay.
are treated like orphans.
Okay.
Yeah. And then how you can, like, see, if you want your daughters and sons to be
Hmm.
scientists, doctors, and engineers,
Hmm.
but then you are not sending him to good school, not giving good food, not giving good nutrition, and then how you want. So therefore, we, like, this was not the case maybe 10 years back.
Okay.
What happened, there is a complete division, the accessibility of leadership.
Hmm.
Yeah, the football house was not belonging to the football
Okay.
football
What was
house.
it belonging to? Like what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Otherwise we could not have seen this problem. The
Okay.
football house was, for somebody, I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah,
Okay.
it was not for football. If it was for football,
Hmm.
Delhi could have seen, much bigger impact.
Hmm.
We could have, worked together.
Hmm.
There are so many things, we could have impacted through AFF,
Hmm.
but no dialogue, no discussion. There is no, it's a, like a, I can't tell you, like, I feel so sad. But then,
Okay.
this I, but it should not be taken as that this only I'm, venting out now. No,
Okay.
this all were, discussions we could do.
Hmm.
We could send these messages, but then never. If you can't meet
Hmm.
your leadership,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
in once in a year, that we are not in a king, we are not in a kingdom where
Hmm.
king, rules, and we are, somebody, we cannot reach him, we
Okay.
cannot have a conversation with him. but he can have a conversation when he wants or she wants. No,
Okay.
that should not be the structure of a sport.
Yeah.
That is good as a kingdom which existed maybe
Okay.
200 400 years back.
So same question to you. What is the way to reach you then? If someone Delhi club wants to
See,
reach
and
you, what is the way
I
to reach you
like
then?
say my people reach me social media, people reach me
Okay.
email anyway. See,
Okay.
I whenever I have time, I have speak to unknown people, and
Hmm.
I also always give them time. But see, the thing is that accessibility,
Hmm.
see, it's like in an institution. What happens?
Hmm.
See, a top say like Arka, you want to meet, yeah,
Hmm.
you are a normal fan from a very remote location in maybe
Yes.
in West Bengal, yeah,
Yeah.
but you cannot maybe you can reach to a leadership, but leadership can assign some person to you to have a conversation, yeah,
Yeah.
not necessary that you need to speak to directly, because the leadership might be busy, he has need to achieve
Right. Right.
something.
Right.
So we need to create a system and a structure
I'll tell
where
you why. I'll tell you why,
this
right?
yeah.
Delhi F sorry, just saying, Delhi FC won the futsal championship, right? And they alleged that they were not allowed
Yes.
entry, right? So many people have this question to you. As a state affair, did you raise the issue with the
Oh
AIFF?
yeah, Ranjit knows. You ask Ranjit.
No, I'm asking
We
you.
were
I'm asking
yeah,
you.
no.
Yeah.
Ranjit knows this, and Ranjit, we wrote red letter.
Okay.
We wrote letter, and we did had a discussion. Why? And then we were given the reason as they given the reason to Ranjit.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
and
why didn't you come out openly and say it, saying, AFF is
See,
not.
this is
Okay.
between, Arka, you have to understand that when this is for a club,
Hmm.
yeah, the communication the club should know, the AFF should know, yeah. Therefore, what is
What
required?
is the
Why,
prestigious thing for Delhi,
yeah,
right?
like say
Prestigious
we
thing
could
for
have
Delhi.
given a statement,
Yeah.
See, there was not, see, everything we cannot be say openly put. What happens then, even if there is a chance, you know, like they will treat as a something we are, trying to do something differently. So
Okay.
in a legal way, in a systemic way, we approached. Yeah.
Okay.
But then going public, say if there was a media
Okay.
asking, we would have no media asked us. Frankly, no media has asked us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then see, there are
But
certain
but
things
you
we
seem to
cannot.
interact a lot with the media. You appeared on 420 grams. You've appeared on multiple podcasts. Armband
Yeah,
Media. Correct me if I'm wrong.
nobody asked me. Nobody
Okay.
asked me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm saying because people have seen you tweet out about the issues, they expected you might have put out a tweet out about this.
They see, like Arka,
No. Okay.
see, it's always, what I believe. See, I do answer, I do put up, but then there are things when I know I can reach out to somebody directly and
Right.
put across my point. Why I
Right.
have to channel it to some other way? Yeah.
Fair enough.
That we need to handle things as it is, where I know, see, I can reach to AFC, I can reach to FIFA, I can reach many places,
Hmm. Okay.
I have network. But then when I can do that, so when
Right.
I've viewed something which might work against,
Hmm.
I don't want to jeopardize even there is a 1% chance.
Okay. So, sorry, just going back to a point you said, you spoke about club, right? You spoke about investing in a club, which you did. And obviously, there were reports of you tying up with a fan club in Delhi. And that association did not end well. I mean, they
Yeah,
have a lot of.
absolutely. Oh, that's
Yeah.
really very
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
way it ended, because see what happened. I think
Yeah.
this basically a bit of communication gap,
Okay.
and the problem is with me only, because
Yep.
that started, like say I put up a tweet, yeah, saying this invited,
Hmm.
and we got into very fast doing things, and we didn't put a structure,
Okay.
and that structure, had it been a structure,
Hmm.
we would not have entered into that phase where we created an untrust between me
Hmm.
and the fan group, and that was really bad on me,
Yep.
because being the experience, I could have put, but that was
Okay.
a learning, because
Okay.
see I went with what happened, the energy of the fan,
Hmm.
their proactiveness,
Okay.
but failed to put a system in
Okay.
between us how this will work,
Okay.
and then the certain expectations, yeah, which then badly turn into a bit of agony, and then they took it in a very different direction,
Right.
and that should not have happened.
Okay.
And see, I did, and then they put up so many things
Hmm.
which I thought, okay, there is no way you want to communicate with us, me,
Okay.
and we could have sat and resolved if any differences.
Okay.
That is the way, because see, we we will always have difference of opinion, yeah,
Right.
difference of the way things can be done. But
Hmm.
then what it should be, that a communication line should always be open, and in a respectable way. We
Right.
always need to respect each other. That is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you think you go public in a certain way,
Hmm.
then what happens? Okay, you will try to avoid rather than picking up an issue. Okay, that is what happened. And because my idea was, see, that time too, Manjapada even came forward. They also taken up another club. They also
And
wanted.
they've left their association with the club. This is what
Yes,
my
yeah,
understanding
yeah.
is. Yeah.
No, they also left, but then they also got a very short time. This all happened, and they wanted to come back. They
Hmm.
wanted to come back and do it, but then again, the COVID struck. Everything really gone bad.
Right.
Yeah, and then this again, the discussion started in some
Right.
way. But then I really want, because that is the only way we can bring in more fans, because fans need to be empowered in a certain way, and the fans need to be part of the clubs.
Hmm.
Otherwise, we will not see the engagement, the involvement of the community. Yeah, and see, in Delhi, it will not happen that you will have 10 clubs of a level where they are playing at a ISL level, where
So currently,
naturally
zero
people
clubs
will.
are playing at the ISL level. Currently, zero
Yes,
clubs
yes,
from
yeah,
Delhi are playing at the
yes,
ISL
yes,
level.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
and I think when Delhi Dynamos left, there was a bit of communication from that side. Did you try to stop this
Yeah, see, bro,
migration?
I tell you, I had a very good relationship with Delhi Dynamo's leadership, and see, so the reason they're moving was, see,
Hmm.
it is not the reason. It was beyond my control. The thing was that they discussed very openly.
Ah,
The thing was that one was the commercial aspect, which was very, because their kind of the deficit was only higher, and the number of fans coming to the stadium,
hmm.
even if say 10,000 is a good number, but the
Hmm.
stadium, yeah, it was not feasible.
Okay.
See, in that stadium you have to get more than 40,000 people fans to really look, but that stadium is not meant for football. Yeah,
Okay.
and the problem is
Huh.
Ambedkar Stadium,
Hmm.
because that there is a lot of functional difficulties
Yeah.
for ISL teams to organize the game.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and it would require a complete makeover.
Hmm.
One need to put maybe 50 to 100 crore to
Hmm.
change, bring into a level,
Hmm.
and and there was no possibility. And then they got a great offer from Odisha government,
Yeah.
which who will deny, who will decline
No,
that,
I agree
because
with you.
see,
Yeah.
and see, I had several meetings, and we were working together. See, we
Hmm.
even launched under 13 league, women girls league with them, and we were working hands on,
Okay.
very closely with the leadership,
Hmm.
with the management.
Okay.
And we never had a, see, they had a different experiences, but they got different experiences at a later period, and everything was cordial, but then it was beyond my power. It was beyond my power
Yeah, but
to
even now
stop
I'm
it.
saying Football Delhi organizes events at JLN, at Ambedkar, and nobody turns up to watch these matches,
See,
right? Yeah.
Arka,
Huh.
see the
Yeah.
level, there is a last 30 years,
Hmm.
there is a gap, yeah, in
Right.
terms of the fans,
Hmm.
affinity, and the clubs, yeah.
Hmm.
Like say, till maybe 90s, some clubs would attract maybe
Okay.
5,000, 4,000, and the wall city,
Right.
the crowd. So what
Right.
happened, say in between, the leagues were not happening on time,
Hmm.
and then the whole
Hmm.
what affiliation of the young people have changed, yeah, and the local clubs in
Hmm.
Delhi
Yeah.
lost that touch,
Yeah.
yeah, and they, and we can't blame the fans,
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
and
Right.
and
So
see
nobody's
now.
blaming the fans. We're just saying the fans need to be enticed to come. right?
Yes. See, what for that we need to really work very hard, because it will take time. See,
Okay.
even we started something saying, okay, to the clubs, okay, if you bring 500 fans into the stadium,
Okay.
we were going to incentivize them.
Okay.
That was the situation we created, but then also it didn't happen. So
Okay.
what the reality is, the
Hmm.
clubs in Delhi will need to have a locality. It cannot say that we are from Delhi. We have to say that I am from Chittaranjan Park. Our club is. We are from a
I get
GK.
that. Yeah.
All that affiliation need to come, and we need to work closely with the community. That's
Right.
why we launched, say a few weeks back, a
Right.
club development project where we are asking the
Hmm.
clubs to,
Okay.
out of we have 70 constituencies in Delhi
Hmm.
plus Gurgaon, Noida, Ghaziabad,
Hmm.
Faridabad. You select 1 to 3 locations, and then 16 clubs opted for it now. So we will be starting that project,
Yeah.
you know
No, I mean,
connecting with the
so,
local community, maybe
I have.
three
I
to
mean,
four
I'm part of
minutes
a
away.
setup. I'm part of a setup that works with the locality, right? But sadly, we don't see a pathway. We don't see a pathway. I'm just very frankly,
No,
right?
no, I understand fully. See, Arka, like Anirban met me when I become the president,
Yes.
very first time, and then I did encourage. See, Arka, the thing is that, see,
Hmm.
we have the clubs, yeah,
Hmm.
which are there since many year,
Hmm.
many decades, yeah, and then we also get giving affiliation to the new clubs based on a
Okay.
certain process and system. The thing is that you know we need, whether you are a part of a affiliated club or not, you
Hmm.
should have a opportunity to play, but what happens, our capacity
Hmm.
to enlarge the pie, yeah,
Hmm.
and grow, so that
Hmm.
also been shrinked, and
Right.
it shrinked at the COVID time. We were
Right.
growing, so
Right.
now we are also, now we, as I tell you, now we will be holding a Premier League. You will see how the how big it will be in terms of Delhi, not as big as country, but small way we are growing, but we will have the capacity. So that way, to diversify, where
Right.
we would like to see, where the NGOs can be part of it in a certain way in the structure,
Hmm.
where they are in the age group they play, not
Yeah.
at the senior level, yeah.
But why? Sorry, you say that, right? But as a quote unquote NGO, this team has reached the top division of the women's league with an average age
Yes,
of 15. So I
yes.
don't I don't necessarily agree with that
No,
NGO
it's
should.
fine. It's fine. No, see why I'm saying,
Right.
like like
Hmm.
in an ideal situation,
Hmm.
like Arka, I'm sure globally the players will come from a club structure only, right? And their academies. And here, see the in India,
Hmm.
especially in women's, we
Hmm.
will see more NGOs, platforms where more women players are coming. Whether it is Jharkhand, whether it is Bihar, whether it is say Odisha, or other certain parts, like your example. It's a great project you are doing. So what I want ideally,
Hmm.
you have to have a collaboration
Hmm.
with a club where your cost
Why?
of
Why,
operation,
why should I, if
you
I
know
am developing players, why should I am doing the job of the club. Sorry, just let me finish. I'm
yes,
doing the job of the club by developing players, right? That's the job of a club. Last time 5 people went from this for to the sub juniors. This time 4 people went and 8 people were part of the camp, right?
yes.
So why should I be a feeder to somebody else when I'm developing my own players, which is the primary job of a club?
No, see, yeah, Arka, you are welcome. You can be a league. Your organization can be part of our, an associate member. Yeah, that is option is there. We are not stopping it. But when you cannot be part of an associate member, then I am saying, that's the best option.
Yeah, because I
That's it.
can't. It's sorry. I mean, I'm just gonna go back to the point you said. You said Anirban met you, right? At that point of time, did you tell him that it was 10 lakh, and is it 10 lakh to secure a seat in the Premier Division? Because we've heard this figure in the Constitution. There's a figure of 3 lakh for the associate members, and for me, honestly, I don't see how I can even attempt to recoup that amount in, let's say, 10 years, given that this organizations run on the salary of three people, three salaried
Hmm.
people, right?
No, see,
So,
Arka,
huh,
yeah, just that when he met,
okay,
at that time in the constitution, the policy was of only we were giving permanent club affiliation with 10 lakh membership, and
right.
this the constitution what
Hmm,
we have revised,
hmm.
in 2019, yeah,
Yes, I've seen
and
it.
there we have started associate member because to facilitate, who doesn't want to become a permanent member, who doesn't want to have a voting rights,
Hmm.
but still they want to be part of football, and their only idea is to be part of, only for football reason. So we
Okay,
created this. Yeah,
okay.
that is a later part.
Hmm.
So that is why in my conversation, I think it was 2017 and or 2018 early, I met him. Yeah,
Okay,
I clearly remember that. So
okay.
that was a see. See
Hmm.
what I communicate.
Hmm.
It cannot be like on top of my head. No,
No, so
if I
what is
communicate
the 10
something,
lakh for? So I'm just trying to understand what is the 10
see,
lakh for? What is the breakdown
yeah,
of the 10
see
lakh?
that. See, we have the membership. Okay, it is a one-time membership fee that has to be there.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
we are like
Like
any
a Club Mahindra holidays, 10 lakh, right?
no what no you
Okay.
can say whatever to you can
No,
put it,
I'm asking,
but
is it like a
see
lifetime membership? Is it like a
this is
lifetime
not
membership?
my this is an institution which has decided, okay, this is the membership
Which,
one.
sir,
If you want to be
you're
want to
the
be a
expert, Delhi.
and there was a time it was even 25 lakhs, I can say.
Okay.
We
So,
brought it down to 10 lakhs. Yeah.
kudos for that. I mean, I still can't afford that 10 lakh though. But yeah, I'm just saying, I still
No,
can't afford
see,
it.
like many of us, cannot get a IPL team or a ISL team or all that. That is
I'm
a
talking about teams
different
that can
debate.
win.
Yeah,
Okay.
but see,
Hmm,
the thing is that see, Arka,
hmm,
I'll put you, the
okay.
real point. See,
Okay.
when we are taking a club,
Hmm,
yeah, like where even if you are coming in as a 3 lakh, putting in
hmm,
our cost per club, if you
okay.
take part in every league, like
Okay.
from age group to the league, our
Hmm,
cost per club is
hmm.
between 3 to 5 lakhs per year, per club per year. Yeah.
Can you provide a breakdown of that cost, sir?
No,
If
see,
asked for.
yeah, see, I tell you,
Okay.
see, you can average out, which is
Okay.
very simple. Yeah. Like, see, our one match
Hmm,
costs, say if you play in a Premier League for our girls,
hmm.
it costs 6 to 8 thousand.
Okay.
Yeah,
That is the ground
per
cost, right?
match for our cost,
Your
our cost.
cost.
Yeah,
And that is
yeah.
the cost of the ground
No,
you are
no. Apart from ground, if the ground comes, like say we are organizing in Ambedkar, yeah, it
okay.
will cost 10 to 12 thousand. And if we broadcast that match,
Hmm.
yeah, that cost will go to 35,000.
Okay. Okay.
And see, our 90% of our activities are not sponsored. We don't have anything.
Okay.
So where who is where the fund will come? No, we cannot put ask everyone to put the money. No, see, we have non-stop doing our activities in spite of big challenge and even deficit. Like say we we owe money. Like there was a situation at one time
Hmm.
we owe 35 lakhs to different vendors, but we never stopped. We
I
did it
think
and we paid them.
okay.
Yeah. So
I think
see our
sir,
funding. See, like there is a
what is the
great,
source of your funding? I think everyone
yeah.
wants to know this. Yeah.
See like our major source is our sponsorship. Yeah.
Sponsorship,
And that
which
varies.
you
Yeah,
mean the
that
likes of
varies.
Cellwell, Vector X, and the
Yeah,
other.
all that. Yeah. See, Vector X doesn't pay us a cash, but it's all kind. Yeah. So
Okay.
there are
Yeah.
they may be
No,
putting a lot
I'm
of.
only asking because I don't know.
Yeah,
And
see, and there is a, I'll tell you, there is a big what is a perception
hmm,
that every state association is funded by AFF, every state association is funded by government. So to put record in a state,
huh,
see, government, we haven't, in my 4.5 years, we haven't got a single money from government. Yeah,
okay.
that's a fact. Yeah,
Okay.
and then from AFF we got, once the COVID fund when the FIFA given them, and we equally distributed to all our clubs at the same time because they
Okay.
all were suffering. We given them, therefore, and you Arka, you are running a football project, and with your connect, with your network, you can imagine, with all the, you are working with this, the socially, uh, like downtrodden population, where those girls, in spite of that, you yourself will experience it is the toughest part to raise fund. And my strike rate is, if you meet 120 people, one might agree to fund. So
Okay.
therefore,
Right.
imagine,
Right.
and many people just say, oh, we will going to fund women's,
Okay.
and till today we are the we will get the first funding, this time,
Okay.
for the first time for women's football, first time in.
Okay.
And we, I know,
So
we,
sorry to
it
cut you
is
off.
the toughest part.
Yeah.
And that's
Okay.
not because, that's not because like, uh, football is, not popular,
Okay.
fans are not there. No,
Huh.
it's multiple factors. Yeah, the perception, the legacies, and our team's performances at the top, and also the governance. There are so many factors, and Delhi being a capital city, I don't know, we should have been, much more vibrant
So,
culture,
Saji,
everything should have been
I'm
there.
just going to have to
But
cut you short because of time, right?
yes,
Just
yes,
going to have
yes,
to cut
sorry,
you
sorry.
short. Yeah. So I'm just going to ask. You say transparency, right? And you say things about the AFF. The AFF are audited accounts on their website 2021, whereas your website does not have it at all, right?
Yeah, see, Arco, see, we want to put that. Yeah, see,
Why aren't you
our
putting?
challenge.
Yeah.
No, see, anybody can come and see the account. You see, we are doing, the external auditor is doing our
Can I
audit.
come and look at the account?
Yeah, you come and, look at, we'll
Okay.
share with you. But see, the thing is, see, what I am going and asking, somebody to fund me 2 crore, 3 crore. That's the level of discussion I do.
Still.
And
Yeah.
then when they see, oh, we have a, and last year's some 45 lakhs of,
Hmm.
our balance sheet,
Hmm.
then it reflects, say, oh, they are they're asking 2 crores. Because of the COVID situation, we have less activities. We had no sponsors.
So you're saying
That
you're not
way,
putting it
reflects.
online because it looks bad to sponsors. That's your argument for
Yeah,
this.
that's one of the argument. Yeah,
Okay.
and then see, and
Hmm.
and the other thing is, see,
Hmm.
we are compliant. That's why we have managed 12A ATG, and
I
MEA
agree. I
registration.
agree. I'm just
Yeah,
saying the
all that in
audited
last
accounts,
3 years. And
like
see,
any
last three
other.
years,
Okay.
last 3 years, if you ask me,
Okay.
what we have made expenditure in every league, every
Uh,
state team, everything is there, and it's all
No,
there
I think
in a system. It's
because
not on paper,
I'll tell you
it's
why.
on
Because
system. Yeah.
few questions came in on funding. Of one question that came in is that FD seems to have connects to a few betting companies and that there are few partnerships. Can you tell us how many partnerships like
See, no,
FD does?
we have a partnership, like right now, maybe three, four partners. We have Hero, then we will be, what do you say, at
Hmm.
Vector, and then Selwell, then we
Okay.
have a
So
company
you're
called
point blank
Genius.
denying that there are no betting partnerships
Genius.
with
No, no,
FD.
we don't have a betting partner. We have, see, we have the, our integrity, match integrity is checked by Sport Radar. Yeah, they are the world's leading sports data company, sports integrity, and even top of that, the Genius also does our, integrity. They are the new partner, and they does everything.
Sorry, just a
Therefore,
flash of information regarding Genius. I'm pretty sure that you've heard that in Goa, Genius were implicated in some pretty serious, and
see, yeah.
I mean, I don't need to tell you. You
No, no,
you
I know. See,
Google
these are,
GS.
see, that investigation is, go on by the local, FA, and there is ethics committee looking into, and I know those. The thing is that,
So
see,
isn't it FD responsibility to break that partnership while investigation is going on? Should
no, no,
FD
see that,
break
see,
that partnership?
Genius is a part. See, Genius, you won't believe, they have multiple partners globally,
Agreed.
with
Agreed.
reputed federations. So therefore,
Agreed.
you cannot. That's not their integrity.
Hmm.
It is the local people. They are into question. So
Okay.
therefore, company as a Genius is
Hmm.
not into the question there. We have to
Okay.
understand.
Okay.
And they are giving us the report of 24 hours. If there
So
are,
you are giving a clean sheet to Genius, right? You're saying Genius is not like is
absolutely, for us,
okay.
they are a Nasdaq listed company. How a company which is listed
Hmm.
can do things which are not black and white.
Hmm.
You know,
Okay.
can they be?
No, it's
No.
not. No, no,
Yeah,
it's not.
absolutely.
It's not black and
Yes.
white. Huh.
Yes.
It's not black and white. We're just
Yeah.
saying that they're involved in something in Goa, right? And that's in
No,
the same.
I don't think because see they work closely with many federations over the globe, and they were the partners for the AFC also, and I know them last 10, 15 years,
Okay.
and it's not, we should not accuse without
No, no,
even
we're
knowing
not
the
accusing.
evidence.
We're not
Yeah.
accusing. I'm talking about that the reports that have come out. We're not
Yeah, see,
accusing. That the
and
reports that
they
have
are, they send us report after every match in our senior division league, Premier League, whenever it is broadcasted, and we want, integrity is our serious aspect, and we this year also we are asked the clubs to sign different undertaking, so that this is should be, no, we should not leave anything to chance. We should be proactive, and that's why we invested into it, even signing Sport Radar as our partner, and they look into, because
no,
they
no, fine.
they are not small
Uh,
people, they are
so
not small
yeah,
company.
sir,
Yeah.
just a question
And
about Sport Radar, right?
yeah,
Just a question
yes,
about Sport Radar. Just a question on Sport
yes,
Radar.
yes.
The person from Sport Radar is also on your women's advisory committee, right? Is that's a fact. So how can we expect them to be completely transparent or completely devoid of conflict of interest if someone from their end is on your women's advisory committee and they are your integrity partner, right? So
Yeah, see, that is why, see, that happened when our contract ended with Sport Radar and we signed Genius.
okay. So,
Yes.
but you can clarify
Because
more.
see, that to state very simple, because we know, it cannot happen that way. So that's why, where our contract ended Sport Radar, and we last 1 year we are with Genius. Yes, and still, because the Sport Radar is working closely with AIFF and ISL,
Huh, huh,
they and they are also partner the AFC. So
right?
they some, wherever they find some,
Hmm.
risk which comes, they report that way.
No, but so you're agreeing that Miss Motowani was on your advisory committee while Sports Radar was your integrity partner.
No,
Both of
no,
them.
no, no.
Okay. When was the women's advisory committee formed? Because I remember a committee was formed.
No, see, it was formed, I think it's 8 months back, 8 or 9 months back.
Okay. Okay. Right. Um. Okay. Regarding so Sports Radar was your integrity partner for some time.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes. So now I want to ask, what is your um with Miss Motwani, you're the director of a company with Miss Motwani, the KSF Foundation, the KS it's there,
Yeah, KSF, yes, absolutely, yes, yes.
there's a public forum.
Yeah,
It's anyone
yeah,
anyone
absolutely.
can check
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
right?
yes, yes, yes.
And one of their companies, SHM Sports, one of our other companies is also a partner of Football Delhi. Yes,
No, that was they
it's
funded
there on
us.
your website. It's just there on
Yeah,
your
they
website.
funded us. For one league. Yeah, it was in 2018.
Right.
That's all.
So
Yeah.
SHM Sports funded you for a league while Sports Radar was your integrity partner.
No,
Right?
maybe I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And SHM Sports today, who's the director of SHM Sports? Can you please tell the
I don't
public?
know. I'm not the
Okay,
director,
so
so I don't know.
I'll try and pull it up from
Yes.
what do you say, from the internet. I'm sure I can, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Please, please.
no,
I
no.
was. I started that company. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, so you
Then I
started the
I moved
company.
out. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so you started the company, and now it was a partner of Football Delhi. Yes.
No, I moved on from there.
Okay. 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 No, just just sharing my screen so that people are aware, right?
Yeah.
So that
Yes.
people are aware. Yeah, this is Miss Motwani. Miss Motwani is a director at Sports Radar, and she's also a director at SHM Sports Foundation. She's also a director at KSF Sports Foundation, sir,
Yes.
where you are also a
Yes.
director. And
Yes.
so so is this
So
conflict of interest according to you?
no, no. Why? What is the conflict? What KSF has done to, what is the conflict you are trying to say? Tell
No,
me.
I'm saying she's
No, no. You
okay.
please tell me what is the conflict. What is the
Okay.
conflict you have found?
No,
Yeah.
my
No, be
my
clear.
no
No.
my point
No, I
my
want to
point
hear what is the
my
conflict.
point is,
Yeah.
you said SHM has funded one league, and
Yes.
Sports Radar, where she works,
Yeah.
is was an integrity partner, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand
So
if
what
this,
is what is the, like,
how can
you
the
find,
funder of the league
tell me very direct,
how can the funder of the
because
league
see,
ensure integrity?
you have to
How can the
give
funder
me.
of the league how can the funder
Yeah.
of the league also say
See,
the league has
like, I really not
hasn't it?
able to get it what you are trying to tell me,
How can the
because
funder
if
of the
there's a
league ensure
conflict,
integrity of the league?
you have to tell me what is the conflict. Yeah. What is
It's
the
a simple
conflict?
question. How can
Yeah.
the funder of the league ensure the integrity of the league? That was my question.
No, see, she is not there to, integrity is not done by them.
Hmm.
Integrity is done by the sport radar, where they look into,
Where
different
she is an
offices.
employee,
Yeah,
yes. Where she's
yeah.
an employee, yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. And
So
you also
see,
seem to have
so
a
she is not giving the report. Somebody sitting in Singapore, London, and Switzerland, they are giving the report.
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
therefore, it is a two different thing.
No,
Yes.
but she seems to be an advisory committee. She seems to be she seems to
So,
have
so
personal
what? So
venture.
what? They can, if somebody contribute, why, what is the problem? They are not taking away anything. See, you have to tell
But you
me
have also
if somebody,
had personal
yeah.
ventures in, I'm just saying, right?
No, what venture? What venture? It's all, it's very clear. I'm not part of that company. I
Hmm.
left it. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I am not part of that company
No,
anyway.
fair enough,
So
fair enough.
therefore, see, you can be
I'm
part
just
of
saying,
any company in
if you
life.
don't
Yeah.
consider a
Yeah.
conflict of interest, that's fine. It's
Yes.
fine.
Yes.
It's fine. You don't. It's fine, right? So my job is just to bring
No, no,
transparency.
absolutely. See, Arka, see, like, if there is a conflict, I'll be the first. You won't believe, like, I was part of the, like, say, the licensing committee in AFF. The day, we bought a club and we knew we were targeting for I League, I resigned from there, because I was part of licensing. So therefore, see, the integrity for me, the honesty, for me, I am, to want to be 200% above,
Hmm.
for myself. I don't want to, even have, says, somebody say, are, you know want a, clean sheet. No, I want my own clean sheet before anybody gives me a clean sheet.
Okay.
That's the way I operate.
Yeah. I mean,
And
currently, yeah. Okay.
see, you are trying to, put something
Hmm.
which
So,
is
sir,
absolutely,
so my question is,
like,
how is
not
somebody from
necessary.
London
Like,
and
see,
Switzerland,
like, say, like,
the
I
matches aren't
Arka, I no, Arka, you understand.
okay?
Like, I can understand,
Hmm.
like, so some, see, like, anyone who funds football,
Hmm.
you have to salute. I bow down in. It's not easy. Who are giving money, even 1 rupee. I can tell you, this is the
Sir, sir,
hardest thing to achieve.
just we're hard
And
pressed for
I
time.
know, and the problem is, we doubt everyone in the
Hmm.
system,
Hmm.
and that is our problem. And therefore, why good people will come in the system?
Okay.
Can you not understand? We try to, crucify everyone. We want, see,
So
like,
you're saying
we
we
should
should not
not
ask
be.
for transparency? Is that what you're saying? I'm
No,
asking for
no,
transparency.
no.
Okay.
Transparency doesn't, see, the transparency
Hmm.
doesn't mean,
Hmm.
whatever one says is transparency.
Hmm.
Whatever one asks is transparency. Transparency is a well-defined governance
Okay.
system and its structure.
Okay.
That is transparency in governance.
Let's
So
come to
transparency
transparency.
is
Sorry.
not, a conversation
Let's
of what you get. An institution
okay.
and the mechanism and the structure
Okay.
is fully inbuilt, in whatever you do.
Okay.
That way it is
Let
transparency.
me
Transparency cannot be defined
hmm.
by, 20 different individuals in 20 different ways.
Hmm.
You know,
Okay.
that's not, in a system,
Okay.
we all have to come together and
Okay.
develop that
Saji,
system
Saji,
which
I
is
just
called
have few more
transparent.
questions. I'm just going to move on.
You ask, I'm prepared to answer everything.
Yes, yes,
But
yes. I think.
Arka, no, Arka, see, Arka,
Okay.
I really,
Hmm.
I want to tell you one thing.
Okay.
When you put up certain thing, you
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
you have to be 100% sure.
No, we're
You know,
asking
like,
questions because we're asking questions,
see,
right?
you have to be 100% sure
Of
about,
what?
about certain things, how things operate. When you say transparency,
Hmm.
in a governance structure, you have to ask about transparency. In a
Okay.
system way, you have to. But that way, I can give you that
Hmm.
kind of
Saji,
input,
Saji,
and
I just
and
have a
that
few
way
more questions.
you know I feel like that, I'm sitting in a front of a judge, where I'm an accused.
So this is journalism,
That,
Saji.
no,
Just
no,
this is
that
journalism.
should not come out, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
What should not
that should
come
not
out?
come out,
What should not
because
come out?
it is bad. Because,
What should
see,
not come out?
no, it
Just
should not
asking.
come out
Which
in
of
a
the
way.
previous things should not have
No,
come out?
no, you
Okay.
ask. No, see,
Okay.
you are taking, from a, you asked me,
Yeah.
you will discuss football, Indian football, all that. But
And
then
this is Delhi football.
you are
This is
trying to,
relevant. This is relevant to Delhi football.
corner me, which
No, no.
like, even the I can give you in writing.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know I'm a God fearing man. Yeah,
So we
and
just have few more
even
questions.
you are a god.
Hmm.
You have, if you are truthful, you'll
Hmm.
find it that inside me.
I don't believe
Yeah?
in God, sir. I'm just going to move on
No,
to
no,
some.
you don't believe, but
Huh.
I'm saying, if you are a god, that is what
Hmm.
I'm saying. You don't
I.
believe, I know that
Huh.
fact, but then
Sir,
I'm
just
saying,
a few more
you know,
questions, sir.
like
So,
like say
I think the fans have a few more questions.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
just finish it. We-
I can be here for next 24 hours with
No,
you.
but
I'll
I
have
think
all the
the
energy.
fans can't be.
I'll have all the energy to talk to you for 24 hours
That's
into
great.
7 as well.
That's great.
But I
Okay.
would say,
Okay. Hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
one thing.
Okay.
We all have to have a respect, you
Hmm.
know, for everyone. Yeah. And that is absolutely important. And
Okay.
if you
I'm
think,
sorry if you feel I disrespected you by asking some tough
no,
questions, but
no,
really
it's
this is
not,
my
no,
job.
you are not, I'm not saying you disrespected.
Okay.
But
Hmm.
I'm not saying you disrespected,
Okay.
but I'm saying,
So we're just going
you're
to move
trying to,
on, sir. We're just going to
no,
move on because this conversation is not
absolutely.
relevant to the
I'm ready to move on.
conversation.
I'm saying,
Huh.
you said you want to take fans' question. I'm saying I'm here, sitting here next 24 hours.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that
Right.
is what I'm saying. I'm not going to run away.
Right.
Absolutely.
So just a
Yes.
question, right? Um, is Football Delhi a private or a public body at the moment?
What you define in a private or a public,
I think
I don't know that.
the
Yeah,
questions
see,
very clear.
it's an association registered as a society. That's all, and it
Okay.
is governed by the Societies Act,
Okay.
and our members are the clubs.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Is it a public or a private body?
I
As
don't
in,
know. You tell me what it is. You tell me. I don't know.
should it?
Like,
Okay.
I know it's a football association. That's all. Yeah,
Because
it's an organization
the new
which is
constitution
committed
says
to
the
football.
new con-
It is an organization which is
okay.
committed to football. There are people who have sold their houses to be putting their club there. And they're absolute passionate people. Yeah, and we all need to salute them. And that is what this organization is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. No, so I mean, no, but I think people need to ask because the new constitution is very clear about what associations should be, and they should be public bodies, is our understanding of it. I am also asking this because a couple of people have filed RTIs against Football Delhi, have not got response.
See,
So, okay.
we are not coming under RTI. That's very clear,
So
because we are
I
not
think,
taking any
yeah,
funds from the government.
you're not
Yeah,
answerable to
we are
RTI.
not.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody has filed a case against us also in the
Okay.
High Court.
Yes.
and we won that case. Yes.
You're fighting a case against the Central Information Commission.
No, no, no. We,
Okay.
but
Hmm.
whenever the RTI questions comes to us, we always reply. Yes,
Okay.
within due time. Yeah,
Okay.
I know your good friend has filed an RTI, and they will get answer on
I
time.
hope my good friend gets a response.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he deserves an answer. You will
Okay.
get it.
Uh,
Yeah.
why
Yes.
I'm asking you this is because I think a lot of people would want, you're saying you're not answerable to RTI, but I think a lot of fans would want answers.
No, see, we keep getting RTI, not directly,
Hmm.
but through the
Not directly.
federation, but through the ministry, and we
Yes.
always answer.
Huh.
Yes, because we don't say we don't come under RTI, though we have won the case.
I think
Yeah,
Mr. Nikhil Kothari has a question. 10 lakh for registration of a club in Delhi where
yeah, we
football is
already discussed. We already discussed. Why we are discussing again?
okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Just to clarify that he will they will answer RTIs, but they're not answerable to RTI, right? So I'm just asking. My question is that um, back in 2017-18, an audit was conducted into the accounts before your time. Yes.
Yes, as before there was, but then
And there were
I,
misappropriation of funds before your time.
no,
Yes.
we given it for a forensic audit. Yeah.
Okay. And no, I mean, I have documents which say that 21 to 17 there were things which did not tally up. There was a special audit that was done. Yes.
Yeah, we did a special forensic audit, and
Yes.
then we taken certain action as well. That's
Right.
that's the end of
But there are
that part. Yeah.
high ending functionaries from that part era of football Delhi, like former GS NK Bhatia, for example, who are part of your current administration. Yes.
No, see, Mr. Bhatia was not part of. That's why he is part of the committee. He was
Mr.
not part of
Bhatia
it.
in 2000, there are news items from as early as 2008 where he
No, see,
was
in our no, he was not the general secretary. He was not even the
in
treasurer at
2000,
that time.
2008. There are multiple
Okay,
articles.
no, that see that
Hmm.
I really don't know because
Okay.
I'm not. See, if you ask me from 2017
Hmm.
November 19
Hmm.
what happened, I can tell you. But then previously what happened,
Hmm.
why I have to take all the headache going back in a way.
Okay.
See, we are so backward in any way. If we still going backward, we will never go forward.
So
Arka, you understand, right?
you're saying
Yeah.
it's a headache. Uh-huh.
No, it's not headache, but
Okay.
you have to set your priority right.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you have only one bus to travel and you have queues of people 1 lakh,
Hmm.
yeah. So then what you will ask everybody to walk or who take somebody who can get accommodated in the bus and move, right? So that is what we are doing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have to be very practical
Hmm.
in life,
Hmm.
and we have to set
So
our
you were
priorities right.
practical.
Otherwise,
You're saying you were
otherwise we should be
practical
in an investigation agency,
when you
right? We
inducted.
should be
Yeah. Okay.
no, we should be in police or we should be
Okay.
in CBI.
So, so
Why
Shaji,
we should be in
what is the
football?
guarantee that if you ever become AFF president, that no one from this regime will also not step into your regime? Because you seem to say that it's a practical.
No,
Okay.
it's a democracy, right, Aka?
No, no
Yeah,
one's arguing
you
that.
believe in
You're
democracy,
just saying
right?
it's a practical solution for
No,
you to
no.
get.
See,
Okay.
if see, like what our law says, law of the land is what?
Okay.
What is the law of the land? Yeah. So
There are.
therefore, see how
Shall I
can
pull
I
up
become
audit
a judge?
accounts
See,
saying
like
that?
you say,
Okay.
like Arka, can
Okay.
I be a judge? Can I be a investigator? Can I be no? See, there is a
Uh,
law of the land is
okay.
supreme. Whatever the law of the land and your constitution,
Hmm.
whatever it allows you to do,
Hmm.
you have to do within that. But
Agreed.
an
So the
individual.
constitution allows you to take people from this previous AFF regime also and put it into this regime. So
See,
that's acceptable.
no,
Yes.
this question, I think it is premature. I don't know where I'll be, in 2 months or three
Okay.
months. I don't know whether I'll be what I am doing. I don't
Hmm.
know. So therefore, how can I answer that?
No, no, sure,
Yeah,
sure. No.
I
Okay.
don't know whether I'll be in Delhi or somewhere
Okay.
else. I don't
Okay.
know. I'll be alive. I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Also,
Yeah.
just coming to Delhi's results this year, right? um, knocked out in the first round of the men's and women's national championships. Under 17 girls lost to Bihar, where there is no league, and you have a 22 team league here. And Hans finished bottom of the uh, for the IWL. So do you think things are headed in the in a right direction? Is this acceptable? Are these results acceptable to you? Is simple question, yes or no question. Are these results
See,
acceptable to you?
see, when you like a 5 year old,
Mm,
uh, a boy,
okay.
you
I'm a
cannot
5 year
suddenly
old boy.
become 18-year-old,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
It is a process, it is a phase, and
Okay.
you are working with a project.
Okay.
I'm sure you are not able to transform a player
Okay.
in 2 months, in three
Okay.
months, in
Okay.
1 year.
Okay.
It is a cycle.
So how
Yeah,
old is the
and
project now? Is it
and
a nine
and
year
it's
old boy? Is it a 10-year-old boy? Is it a how old is the Football Delhi
no.
project now?
See, I think it's still in the warm.
Warm.
It's still in the warm. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
See,
okay,
our
okay,
football
okay,
is still, you know, ju-
okay,
our football level
hmm,
overall, you know,
okay,
just
okay,
we are still walking,
okay,
as a 4 year old.
okay.
We have we have to become 18. It
Huh,
will take time across. That's the
huh,
level we are. So
huh.
therefore, we cannot be a Brazil or a Argentina or a
Okay.
Spain or a,
Huh,
anything. So therefore, that's a performance. Even we win,
huh,
what is
huh.
that going to achieve? Give you
Okay.
nothing.
So we
Yeah.
won't achieve anything. Okay.
See,
Okay.
it is the overall, how we are impacting
Hmm.
the overall way.
So
The
I'll give you
player
impact
who is
numbers,
going,
right?
like
In
you need to see
in
a Sunil Chhetri level of
okay,
player from Delhi.
okay,
Yeah. And
okay.
that should be the level.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
no,
and these
I agree.
results,
No,
see,
I'm just
like
talking about impact levels,
like
right?
no,
Delhi
it
is
is
not in the
no,
top 10
no.
states
See, it
for
is a big
IWL.
disrespect to Bihar when
Huh.
you say they don't have a league. No, it is not about
Okay, so they have
don't
a league, you're
disrespect.
saying.
Those performance of those girls who won against us.
Okay.
They might have put more hours of work. They might have a good project where those girls are coming. Let's respect that.
Why didn't that
Win
project
and
happen in
lose
Delhi
not
then?
see
Okay.
win and lose should not decide who is good or bad,
Okay. No,
right?
so you didn't answer
Yeah,
the question.
we
Are
we
these
all
results
are on the same
acceptable?
page. We will win somewhere, we will lose
So,
somewhere,
so
and
these
it is a
results
work
are
in progress.
acceptable.
And
Yes.
and see, it is not a building you are constructing, which
Okay.
you can decide a day.
Huh.
Like, okay, you can bring in prefabricated structure and put a 10-story building
Hmm.
in 6 months.
Agreed.
But in football, that doesn't happen. It's a
But it was
process,
it
it's a
was simple.
cycle.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So
yes or no
therefore, it will
question.
take time. It will
Right?
take time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it
And
was a simple yes or no question from my side, right?
okay, okay.
Are these results acceptable or not?
No, see who loves to lose, in any way.
Okay.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
It pains, but we need to know the reality.
Huh.
We should not expect something we are not there.
Hmm.
See,
Hmm.
our girls. See, Arka, how many games they play in a year,
Hmm.
where they train, how they train. It's still our girls are the most disadvantages everywhere. They don't get match time, they don't get quality training, they don't get quality support. See, we can't even give them the basics. Lot of we are at a 5% level
Right.
overall, whatever we talk,
Right.
5% level. We still have to do 95%. That is the level of football we
No,
are.
no.
So
Okay.
therefore,
Hmm.
whatever maybe we are doing, that's only covering
I'm
5%.
I'm just gonna say this. I was at a football conference sometime in May, and some state players raised the question saying our pool is shrinking and shrinking. At this point of time, the pool of girls in the Delhi league is 33%, and there are entire teams from Nagaland and West Bengal playing in the second division. Right? Your idea this year was to introduce a foreign player slot, right? But and you did not, what do you say, introduce a domicile quota, right? So I'm trying to understand the rationale behind these two
See,
decisions.
See, like in a club structure, the
Okay.
club is free to take players from anywhere. Yeah,
Hmm.
and that is a global structure.
Hmm.
Yeah, and that they're everywhere in India. This
Hmm.
domicile structure for Delhi,
Hmm.
Delhi belongs to whom? Who is born in Delhi? I'm not born
Okay.
in Delhi. You are
Okay.
not born in
Okay.
Delhi.
So,
So
what is the
therefore,
incentive for
domicile.
academies? What is the incentive for academies and clubs
See,
staying here?
like say,
Okay.
Arka. That is the challenge. Nice challenge to have. See, look at
Okay.
Haryana.
So,
Look at Haryana. What they are
let's
doing.
let's
You
look at
know,
Haryana. They haven't conducted a league in God knows
No,
how long,
see that
right?
that is see that is see. I don't want to get into what Haryana or
But you said look at
because
Haryana. I'm just
no,
saying because
I am
you said
saying,
look at
see, I am
Haryana. Okay.
why I'm saying,
Okay.
see, those girls are coming, they are not coming their own.
Okay.
This is the clubs they are bringing in, and they are getting the opportunity to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a system across the world.
Huh.
Those clubs would want.
Hmm.
We need to salute those clubs who
Hmm.
are giving this opportunity to girls. See
Okay.
what will happen. We need to
Okay.
grow the grassroots. We
Okay.
need to
Look,
grow, by
I
participation. We
look.
need
You
to
spoke about
get
Haryana,
into
right? No, no.
schools. We
Okay.
need to get into the
Hear me out.
schools. See, what I am trying to say is, if
Okay.
Haryana can produce more women footballers of
Hmm.
that level, so
Okay.
Delhi also can. That is what I am trying to say.
So
And we should be
33%.
encouraged. No, we should be encouraged by
Hmm.
these girls who
Hmm.
are coming from far off places
Like
and playing
Haryana.
football in Delhi,
Okay.
and we should be able to connect to local community, and
Right.
they should be encouraged. Okay, see the cost of, see, clubs would always want a local player, because see, at the end they are not getting
Clubs
sponsor to
don't.
put the
Clubs
money.
clearly don't,
See,
which is why the 33% ratio of girls
no,
clubs
see, it
clearly
is,
don't.
see, that
Right?
is a, that you can put a ratio somewhere in 90% also. That is
No,
there
no.
across.
This is a
See,
actual
no,
ratio that we
no,
calculated saying
but
it's
see, we
33%.
cannot restrict as a association
Okay.
domicile, because domicile for
Hmm.
Delhi is the hardest thing you will be practically implementable, because every day, 1,000 families come into Delhi, 1,000 families moved out of Delhi.
Okay.
You
I,
know
I
that?
don't follow. I don't follow it.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
you
follow.
must check the record.
Hmm.
It is the most movement happening place in the country.
Hmm.
1,000 families come, 1,000 families go out.
Hmm.
So therefore,
So you're
domicile
so
for
you're
Delhi.
saying
Delhi is India. Delhi is India.
importing is the fix, not producing the players. Importing is
Arre,
the
see, if
okay.
see, Arka is a competitive world. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
Yes,
So see,
yes.
the policies cannot be based on the smaller proportion. So the policies have to be based on the larger scheme of things. And Delhi, the practicality is, you have to
Hmm,
understand practicality. You
hmm,
know, uh, a girl taking admission
hmm,
whose parent has shifted to Delhi, and she
hmm,
is a good player, and
hmm.
because she is not domicile, she cannot play. That is so, you know you are anyway, the girls playing population is low. We need to
Okay,
grow that, and I'm sure
okay.
if we able to grow that population, and
Hmm,
we are getting that number grow,
hmm.
but it will take time. It
But
doesn't happen
okay, so,
overnight.
so question
The
for you.
time will come.
Question
The
for you.
time will come. We
Question
will
for you.
see more
How,
Delhi
how
girls.
many
But
how many
Delhi
trophies?
girls means Delhi girls
Question for
means
you.
you
How many
mean they
trophies
are
does
born, brought up. It's never
question
been
for you?
possible that way.
How many trophies does Haryana as a team have in the senior women's NFC in the last 5 years? Can you tell me how many trophies they have? If you're
No,
okay,
seniors they have never won.
okay.
That way.
So
See
juniors they have
that,
won. You're saying right? You're saying
yeah,
juniors they have won, but seniors they have not won, right?
yeah. See
Okay.
that
And I
Manipur
think there might
dominates.
be other
Yeah.
reasons.
See the
Yeah.
Manipur dominates. Yeah, Manipur dominates. See
Okay.
that Haryana will win one day. There's
Okay.
no doubt.
Okay.
They get a lot of government support. You
Hmm.
just wait and see. They will win somebody. Their numbers are only growing.
Hmm.
The playing population is growing. And it's
Okay.
a good thing. I also encourage. I also visit the village where they play.
Okay.
I also do things with them.
Okay.
I want they to grow. They should become an example, because
Okay.
they are doing something good.
Okay.
Wherever somebody is doing good, I encourage them.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you will never know that.
I don't know anything, sir. Which way I'm asking you.
No,
Which way I'm
no.
asking you for
See,
information.
no, you cannot make a fun of things.
No, I'm not. I'm not making fun
Yeah,
of
I'm
things.
seriously talking.
I'm also seriously
Yeah,
talking. So,
yeah, yes.
coming to Haryana clubs, right? There are a few clubs in Haryana, Hops, Signature, who have a predominance, who have a tendency towards getting Haryana. I just want to know, did these clubs apply for uh, your Premier Division membership? Did these
Who?
have these clubs? Did these clubs came up during your presidentship, right? Hops, Signature. Did they
No,
apply?
no. Hopes. They were there before
Okay,
me.
Signature, yes. Signature,
Signature, yes, yes,
yes.
yeah.
So did they apply for the Premier Division membership, and how many clubs applied for this Premier Division membership, and how many clubs have got
See,
this Premier
26.
Division?
No, no. Like there are new clubs. No, new
Hmm.
clubs.
Okay,
Only signature came along, and for us, our league overall 27 teams applied. Yeah,
okay,
and then finally 22 teams played overall.
okay. No, but I'm saying how many clubs have paid this 10 lakh membership fee that you're talking
No,
about?
no. Signature club is an associate club,
Okay,
associate member.
okay, and that is 3 lakh, right? For
3
that,
lakhs, yes,
right?
yes, yes.
My question is, how can somebody who can't afford 10 lakh or 3 lakh get in the ecosystem? How can they get into the pathway?
See, that is where I was trying to tell you. We
Hmm.
will have to see if the what is that number, what
Hmm.
is how many of those kind of organizations are there,
Okay.
yeah, and then see what we can do with them in a
Huh.
way where they can also be part of the system. But then what I believe, Arka,
Hmm.
simple, a player development, where we find,
Hmm.
globally, wherever
Hmm.
it is the club which produces the player, yeah,
Okay.
and that is where the excellence comes, yeah, and that is the global model.
No.
And you will not find,
Hmm.
like, see, Arka, the
Hmm.
problem is
Hmm.
um, the
So,
expenses.
so,
What
so
as a
the question
club,
is, no, the
yeah.
question is, two players clearly at a football conference asked the then GS, uh, Kushal Das. They were asking this question, saying the pool of Delhi players is shrinking every year, right? That is because preference is given, and it's a point. In 2016-17, right, Delhi had a third place finish in the juniors, right? The likes of Deepthi Papnai, Tripti Bhaira, these were the players. Then in 2018-19, Aditi Chauhan, Dalima Chibbar, these players just narrowly missed out on a semi-final, you know, by Luth. But now what we're seeing is we're seeing a more and more influx of these other state players, not just Haryana. We're seeing sometimes seeing what do you say, Uttar Pradesh also, right? So results haven't really improved, is my point, right? Results were actually better. Results were actually better back
No,
then.
Arka, you have a point. See what
Ah,
happens. See,
okay.
if you analyze in an overall context, yeah. See, Delhi, Dalima, Chipper, Aditi, and then come below. So
Hmm,
it's like a generation, yeah. And that also, see, competitively, other states
hmm,
were weaker in terms of, say, Tamil Nadu was not in the fray. If you go back, yeah, like Odisha was there always, yeah, but they were up and down. But then Haryana came up, then Karnataka came coming up, and then say Mizoram, Meghalaya, all that, the football women's footprint have only grown. Delhi had an advantage those years because they were training, they were playing, yeah, and that had a
so
competitive
now
advantage.
they're
But
not
now,
winning.
the
Huh.
competitively, women's football have taken a, say, a better level. Yeah, that also we need to see. And our players are not competitively ready. That what happened is,
So
see,
what the
there were
fix is
gaps.
to produce them, right? The fix
See,
is to
no,
produce the players,
no,
right? Okay.
there are gaps. See what happened. See, women's league we
Hmm.
started when we just relaunched from 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, then before that there was a huge gap.
Hmm.
So therefore, and then COVID struck. So that gap has really impacted, the players' growth in Delhi. Now the other positive aspect for Delhi is the best of the schools, the top schools, even giving scholarship for girls to come and play football. So that's an encouraging, but it will
Agreed.
take time.
Agreed.
What
What
our
incentive? What
competitive
incentive do the girls in Delhi what incentive do the girls who are practicing in Delhi, girls or boys or anybody, if you're saying there's no need for a domicile quota, there's no need for any of this,
No, I am
what
coming. I am
incentive,
coming. The biggest
why
incentive.
why
What?
should
See,
why should
Arka.
academies be run?
Yeah,
Why
Arka,
should,
say where your girls will also get benefit if we will be successful, because we last 3 years we are working on a project called Center of Excellence only for girls. We are looking for funding, and if everything goes fine, one of the biggest cricketer might be funding us through his for starting these 50 girls,
okay,
both in Delhi and
okay,
Gurgaon, and we
okay,
are serious. Yeah, and this and but the money what is required is big, and we really didn't wanted to do just tick the box. So that is why it is taking little time. Maybe in another 3 months or a maximum 6 months this will be done and announced, and
hmm,
it's seriously been worked. And we realized our girls
hmm,
lacks, one is the competitive structure.
hmm.
Yeah, we need to improve, that's no doubt. And
Whose
then
job
other
is
is,
that your job to bring in the competitive
yeah,
structure?
absolutely. See, the challenges I'll tell you, because see, we will be, see, and then they
Hmm.
need, more training, better
No,
facility,
no.
and
I have a very
and
simple question,
there
right?
the Delhi girls will only be
I,
involved.
I have a
In
very
those
simple question, right?
program,
Your hmm.
Delhi girls will only be involved.
I have a very simple question, right? How long does the over 37 league last for? It lasts for about 8 to 10 weekends. Is that right?
Yeah, see, that is a different
No,
matter.
no.
See,
This is a
no,
question. This is a
no,
question
see,
because
that is a recreational league where we
whereas the
didn't had
women's league this
it
time
is
lasted for
self-funded.
four, whereas the
Yeah,
women's league this time lasted for four matches. So it seems like you have the resources to run an under
no,
37
no, no,
league
no.
on the
See, no,
weekends
Arka, you don't
for
have the
eight to
facts
ten
right.
weekends.
No, no, you don't have the facts right.
What are the
See,
facts?
yes,
Because the
the
women's
fact
league
is,
was for four
no. Please
four
listen to
games.
me. No,
Huh.
I'll give you the facts. The
Okay.
women's league, we
Okay.
wanted to have a one round,
Okay.
one leg,
Hmm.
with all the teams playing, all the 10 teams playing each other.
Hmm.
But then we got a deadline from AFF
Hmm.
that by this time we need the team name, and that
Why didn't you
also.
conduct it before? Why didn't you conduct
No,
it before?
no, they suddenly changed the date. We see the COVID. No,
Do
see,
you
you
have
have
a calendar?
no. We are
Does
living in
Football
a
Delhi
world. No,
have a
uh,
publicly available calendar for the
you.
upcoming
No,
year?
no, no. See,
Okay.
that's not the fact. We are not doing a tick the box approach. See, what I tell you, we are not ideal. Also, we are not living in
I
a
am
perfect
aware of
world.
the facts. I am aware that
Yeah,
there was a
no,
deadline which AFF gave at the start of the season.
no. They changed it. See, they
Ye-
changed it twice. Arka, you don't
Yes,
know.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know this,
and you are no, see,
but
you are not.
did
They
you?
have not. Nay,
Huh,
see, nobody knew the COVID will stuck and will lose 6 months. And we never had a magic formula to
hmm.
put a bubble where we can play COVID
So
during
my
the COVID.
question is, do
So
you
we
have a
lost the
calendar
COVID.
this year? Do you have a
No,
calendar
no.
this year?
See, this year we are kicking off the league on 18th August. We
Hmm.
today we had the executive committee. I'm just coming. I'm attending your show after
Are
my
the
duty.
minutes of this
18th
meeting are this
August.
minutes of this meeting available publicly? The
No,
executive
why
committee.
publicly? It is not for public. Minutes of the
Okay.
meeting has to
Okay.
be for internal consumption. No,
Okay.
we will
No, at
communicate
least the
to you what you
highlights.
need.
If there are some
Yeah.
decisions, if there's some decisions being made, should
No,
should
it will
there not
communicate
be?
to the teams. See, on Monday it will go to all the clubs, because we will communicate to the clubs, our members. Yeah, those
Okay.
who are part of who will be part of the league. They
Hmm.
will get to know. They should know why the world should know the internal matters. Yeah, which we decided. 18th August it will kick off. 30th September it will end. That is the deadline whereby the name should go to AFF.
Okay.
That is a, and then under 17 league we will
Hmm.
start from October, because there are players who will play in the Premier League. That's why we don't want to take away their chances. That's why we have decided to postpone the under 17 from October now. So that is been decided today only.
Okay. Fine. So thank you. You know, you've been very generous with your time, right? You've also been
I am still ready to
you
go
you've
forward.
also been you've also been very kind enough to answer our questions. We expect that this dialogue should continue, and
Absolutely,
there are a lot of
anytime,
people, and
Arka,
there are
please.
a lot of
No,
people
Arka,
say,
no, Arka, only one thing. See,
okay,
I love to, answer everything.
Okay.
But then only my request is, you know, you can be upfront, ask anything, everything. But then see, please, like, don't put us into a certain category with all the doubts, and all the, judgmental, all that. But ask things, we will give you,
Hmm.
and we have to all work together, because football is a struggling sport. We all have to join hands. Who means good for football?
Hmm.
We will find those who want to occupy position and be there. But
Hmm.
then good people need to come into the system, and good people will only come to the system when they hear good things.
Sure.
We can find fault. We can find fault
It's
in an
these are
Airbus
questions.
machine also. But then will we highlight the faults, or how it flies?
It's
If you sit in a 380 jumbo, if you start highlighting its negativity,
hmm.
then nobody will
it's
like
it's
to
a
fly.
it's a
That's
journalist
that's
question
what
to
the
ask
attitude
tough
we need to
questions.
see. We are in a level, Arka,
Hmm.
we are struggling to meet our end. Yeah,
Okay.
we are as a exactly as a socially,
Hmm.
economically backward
Hmm.
society as far as
Hmm.
football is concerned. So therefore, we need to be joining hands,
Hmm.
working together,
Hmm.
and then only we can grow. We can find faults hundreds. We have 100 weaknesses.
Hmm.
Will we look only into the weakness, or what the one good thing we are doing, and try to promote that way? What will happen is we'll send positivity, and we are doing with good intention. And there are, see, hundreds of people, you won't believe, you know they go out of the way for football, and they all feel bad, when we just talk and paint everyone with one brush. That should not happen. And see, my with my folded hand, I am telling, we need good people, and we can change the system. We can lead the world. And don't go by hearsay. Experience yourself.
I
Experience
have
yourself, and
experienced. I have
and
experience, which
say
is why I'm
and
asking the
say,
question.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, there may be bad experiences, but
Yeah.
then genuinely try to find the reason why it is. Yeah,
Right.
and then see the logic. We need to be logical, we
Hmm.
need to be practical, we need to be realistic, and we need to work hand in hand. No single guy or no group of individual can change this. No,
Okay.
we need
Okay.
thousands, we need millions to come together, and
Great.
then only it can happen. Otherwise, you will get me on the show 10 years later,
Hmm.
we will be as bad as today, in terms of
As will be
discussing
bad. We will
the
I'm
positive,
just
the
asking questions.
positivity. See,
Okay.
in our conversation,
Okay.
see, we what we discussed,
Hmm.
98% we only discussed
Hmm.
what is bad, but what is good, who is discussing?
Sir,
I'm
your Twitter
asking you.
handle,
No,
Football
what is
Delhi,
good? Who is discussing?
Football Delhi's Twitter
Tell
handle,
me.
your
No,
your
my
PR
question to you
agency.
is:
Huh.
see, what is good? Who
Hmm.
is discussing? Tell me that. Who will highlight? Then why people should fund football? Why should people should support football? Nobody should fund football. The way we are reflecting,
Sir,
the conversation
sir,
is
propagating the
nobody should
good
fund football.
is a
Nobody
part of
should
a
support
PR
football.
agency.
Everybody should
It's
walk
a
away.
journalist's job to ask the tough questions.
No, no, tough.
Propagating the good
Ask
is
tough
part of
question, Arka.
PR agency.
Ask tough question. But what we say, it should be holistic. Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it should be balanced.
Okay.
See, like if you go to a palace,
Hmm.
or you go to a hut,
Hmm.
you know we have so many good things in the hut.
Hmm.
Let's speak good things about the hut. How it is constructed, how the poor man or women, bringing the earth and making, to live. We
Hmm.
are in that situation. So then let's not demolish that. It's easier to demolish things, and we are not focusing still at the right place, at the right way. And
Hmm.
Arka, you have a voice.
Hmm.
You are followers. You
Hmm.
have lot of good followers. So therefore,
Okay.
try to present those things also, which is happening good. Therefore, many will get motivated. Otherwise, what we'll do in our conversation,
Sir,
many
the
people
goods
who
are
are
always there in the
good
public forum,
will
sir.
try to walk away,
You
walk
have
out.
you are free to do that. Nobody's
No,
stopping
no,
you, and the
I'm,
proofs are always there in
I'm
the public.
saying, like, I see,
It's a
I am
journalist's
really,
job to talk about stuff that is not being talked about.
no,
Just
no, no,
that's it.
absolutely fine. No, I see, I am
Right.
saying, let's, also see, we need to motivate a lot. I'm saying, Arka, like you, if you become a president anytime,
I won't.
I'm sure,
Definitely, I
one day
won't.
you should, I tell you, no,
Mhm.
you should.
Okay.
Like you have a critical mind, you have analytical mind, you
Okay.
can things look into. Why not?
Yeah.
Why
Maybe
not?
you can make me for 1 week. Let's. I don't know.
Not why not one week? 1 week is 1 week. You will be,
No,
that,
like Nayak style. Nayak style, where he
no,
gives him for chief minister for
that,
one day.
then we need
Right.
to, we need to have a crew to
Hmm.
shoot. Then it
Hmm.
can only be film. It
Okay.
cannot.
Okay. Okay.
It take,
Thank you, sir. Thank you
yeah.
for your time. Big ups to Shaji. Kudos to Shaji for facing the tough questions. Right. Injury time is asked here to ask everybody the tough questions, not just Shaji. Thank you so much. Right. Really appreciate the spirit. Right. And yeah, do join us. Please follow, share, and subscribe Injury Time. Right. Shaji, you too. I know that you may not be, want to
No,
subscribe,
no.
but please,
I
please
follow
do.
your shows, man.
Please share. and
Thank you.
yeah, I'm so apologies for all the negativity, right? Okay, but thank you all for joining us on a busy Saturday evening, and thanks, Shaji.
Bye bye.
Bye
All
bye.
the best.